Welcome back to my studio. I'm Yvette Mecca. Let's go. Greetings, morning, creative one. Today, I will be recreating a journal that I made 2 years ago called Family Medical Journal. I call it also, will always tell myself, pack your patience. Just a quote to myself when I'm headed to the doctors with my daughter, my son, and even myself, okay? To be honest with you, pack your patience. This journal served as a house for all of our medical information, each of us, and I no longer tend to the care for my son, so his information I need to not do away with, but it no longer serves me personally on my day-to-day activity and throughout the week when my daughter and myself have to go to the doctors. So I will be recreating, like I said, a new journal that will house the information for myself and my daughter. Let's get started. As I said, it housed all of our information. Example, the diagnoses for myself or my daughter, the specialty doctor or regular doctor, their information. Oh goodness, all this stuff I'm not supposed to be showing you popping up. Medication, follow-up appointments. She gets allergy shots, so dates on when she get those shots. And what else is in here that I want you to see? In the back, I put a pocket here because when we go to the doctors, they tend to give us a follow-up form or an after visit form. So I had those tucked away in here. Look at this. This is over 2 years. 2 years worth of stuff. It's ran its course. It closed like so. And there was a flap in the back that came over. And voila. This was the design. Alrighty. I'm simplifying this version. Let's get that out the way. I don't know if when I did my JJ Divas Junk Journal, I wanted to use this particular packaging. And I told you that I would use it in a future project. And this is that. This is that project. It's perfect because in the back there will be this pocket where I can tuck those after visits paperwork that the doctor gives you. I'll be able to slide that in the back. Yeah, I love it. I love it already. I saw it and was like, yep, this is what we're going to be using. So that's the goal, to reconstruct that. And I used to be a candy striper when I was a young teenager. I'm going to cover the bag first with some muslin. So we'll do that. And then this could look like, it is candy striped, so. So I'm debating on whether or not if I want to use this fabric or Dr. Seuss, baby. Dr. Seuss. He is a doctor. Duh. So we'll see. But let's check out the papers that I've printed so that we can get started on the inside. Actually, I'm going to work backwards, but I am going to show you those papers. The meat and potatoes. The meat and potatoes of our project. So she has a set of papers. I have a set of papers. They're pretty much identical with they're pretty much identical. Maybe like 4 doctors are not on my list that are on her list. So I think, this will be hers. So I'll show you hers. Now, for those of you that have been following me, know that my daughter was diagnosed with autism, and therefore she has more doctors than I. This is going to be the center of the signature. We have our medication list. We have our follow-up. We're going to have the doctor's names and their address, again, simplified. I think this is out of order, but I'll fix it. More doctors. The doctors tend to give us, not the doctors themselves, but at the front desk when you check out, they want to give you a reminder card. I put everything in my phone, and she does as well. But sometimes we will take that card, and so we have a place for those cards. More space for doctors, just in case they want to give us another doctor. Labs. And notes, some more notes. And doctors. So that's what's going in. I need to put this back in order before it goes in, obviously. But I'm going to fold these while the cover is drying. I'll do that then. So let's work. From the last journal, I still have leftover papers. So I have a little bit of that left. I have a piece of you. I have pretty much a whole piece. So I have a whole piece of each of these, and this probably came from that pocket in the back. So I have these pieces that we will definitely be using, and we have these whole pieces. I have a little pack of ephemera left over from the last project as well that I will be incorporating. Let's start on the cover. Before we get started, I need to cut as close to this Ziploc type closure as possible. So I want to have a clean edge. So I'm just gonna hold it and get as close with these pair of scissors. I'm gonna do it a second time because it's all jaggy right here. I can feel it. Look at that. Oh, I can feel it. It feels like I'm cutting into that area, but I didn't. So kudos to me. Okay. Kudos to me. Let's go a little bit. Clean that edge up. I think that this is the perfect project, the perfect device for all parents that have autistic children or have children, or even for yourself. I'm out of camera. Or even for yourself, if you have multiple doctors. This gives me the opportunity when I go into that doctor's office, I am ready, and they love it when you are ready. What list of medications is she taking? And you know what I do? Bam. pass it over. Hand them that list. Hand them that list of medications so that you do not have to ask me anything extra. I ask questions. There's one missing link that is drawing right now, and I'll show you that when it's time to insert it into the journal. But I have a separate but mini notebook because I ask questions and I like to receive an answer. I learned new medication families. I learned what goes well with what I learned what medications do not go well with other medications, what type of family that they're in. My daughter has taken a genealogy test, so the doctors know if she takes this medication, it does not sit well with her. So I do recommend that you have your child take one of those tests. It was given to her by her psychiatrist. How about that? About those apples. So let me get one of the papers that we're going to be inserting here. I'm going to go ahead and fold it. And I just want to get the height of the height. All right. So, the ziplock closure begins here, which is good measurement. And my pen. So we want about the same, not even a half inch, maybe 1/4. So about here. Looks good to me. So about right there is what I'm getting ready to cut off. So I need to cut this with hand because I'm cutting through that. So I'm just gonna line everything up, clip it. I'm going to get my ruler and I'm going to give myself a straight edge, give myself a straight line. And after I cut it, then I will clean up any errors. I don't know why I closed it. And to turn around and open it back up again. All right, we have that. And use this for this side. I'm gonna start on this side because it's heavy, it's thicker. Just like so. All right, let's see how much of this. Can I use this before I throw it away? Can I use it somewhere else? It could be used as a belly band. It's not scratchy. I could keep it and I could use it for die cut. Ha ha ha. I could use it in my die cut machine for letters or numbers or whatever the case may be. I could use it just like that. Let's see how we did. Perfecto. Just what I needed. Okay. Now I was thinking, I normally do not do this, but I'm thinking to give it a little structure, and it's only gonna be this one signature. Give it a little structure and add this. Oh wow, this is a perfect, nah, it's not perfect, but it feels like it. Put this right down the center before I put this layer of muslin on. Okay, so we trying new things today, folks. Together. Now that's a lot of hanging, but that's fine. I don't mind. So I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. And then, okay, so that's backwards. Okay, so the top is open here, which this doesn't matter, but I do want this opening in the back. So let's reestablish the fold in the center by just flipping it over and folding it like so. Where's my fold folder? And folding it over just like that. Okay. So there is the center. This is going to be covered. Obviously, I don't want a top pocket. I think this will be enough. I might be fooling myself. I just might be fooling myself. And I might have. Now that you said something, thank you, friend. Yep, that's what we'll do. We'll have this side top loading and we'll have this side side loading. Bam, you're so smart. Love you for that. So creative. All right, we're gonna add this strip. I don't have a mat down. Oh, I'm living so dangerously. So dangerously. You don't love that for me. This is not good. Put a little bit of this fabric tack down because of the type of surface I am using is why I'm using a heavier glue. This is shiny and slick, and so is this coating on this cereal box. So they should adhere to each other pretty well. So we're gonna put this down just like that. Make sure it is straight. And again, this is just giving it a little bit of structure in the center when I go to add my signatures. I've never done this before. There's a first for everything. So now I'm going to cut out the muslin and get that going. So now that we're all done, we have our opening, we have our top. Okay, wait a minute. I'm not sure how I want to do this. So let me see if I can take this inside. All right, give me 1 second. Let me figure out how I want to go forward with this flap. I don't know if I want to make it so that it's 2 or get rid of this altogether. Yeah, let me get rid of that. So I just cut the inside out. Cut that inside layer out and applied some of the fabric tack. That's what's going on here. Let's put some fabric tack along that side. I grabbed out my trusty mat. Now it is time, my dears, to add our muslin. Now we have covered her with our muslin. We have our side pocket still here. Oh goodness. Let's snip that. That's not a pretty sight. There we go. We have still our side pocket opened. We have our top loading pocket open. And now the fun begins. It is time to decide on our fabric. You didn't forget that part, did ya? So again, we have Dr. Seuss, our favorite childhood friend. Or the candy stripe fabric that is nostalgic for me and my childhood, as I was a candy striper. I had some glue or something on my hands. Anywho, let's see. What do we do? What do we do? Yeah, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, my people. You guessed it. I went with Dr. Seuss, of course, Mr. Cat in the Hat himself. I sure did. But guess what else I did? Ta-da! I used that other piece as an inside liner. Isn't it perfect? I think it complements it well. So now it's time to fill our book. While she was drying, I went ahead and I folded the papers for the signature. One for her, one for myself. So we have those two pieces that we know for sure are going in. I also told you at the beginning of the video, I had made an element that we'll put in as well. So here it is. It's just a small little notebook because I also told you I like to ask questions, a lot of questions. So although we have our little notes section here, maybe from the doctor telling us a new prescription or a new medication, and I want to know what the meaning of it is right then and there, I may come in with my own questions. And so I just use the papers and the pages from the other book that we had left over, and I just made a little quick notebook out of those pages. So we're going to slide that in there as well in one of the pockets that we'll have. And don't forget, I have this bag of ephemera from the other book that I made several years ago. So some of it I won't use or is outdated. And I want to bring back in these elements. So what I'll start with, I'm going to need a cover. I would like a cover. I don't need it, but I would like a cover for those two so that I can consider them proper signatures. This is not wide enough, so it will only cover one side. So me trying to fold it over would not be realistic. I can make a panel out of each of these and adhere it to the front, but that still would leave the spine exposed. So let me think of how I want to secure this spine. Be right back. Okay, all right. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I wasn't able to find any paper that I thought would coordinate better than these black and white pics, these prints. So what I decided was, since this print, well, let me show you. that, this, and our boulder print. I think I am going to go with the 2. This one is a little too subtle compared to the other 2. So it had to tap out. I'm going to use these as signature covers. I thought I could get away with, I don't know what I was thinking, an 8x10 and folding it in half, yet that definitely is not going to cover one of these. So I had to go into the 12x12 bins on the wall. Yep, I had to visit the wall, and I will be introducing you all to the wall soon. So we're going to take one of these 12x12s. We're going to take both of them actually and use them simply, like I said, as a cover. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, we have our covers cut out. I noticed that when I was doing my crease, I don't know if the paper is just old. Well, I know it's old, but I don't think it's that old. It started to split. So I'm going to put a piece of either washi tape or clear tape. Let's see what this washi tape looks like. That one is the only one. I don't have any solid primary colors, which is very odd for me. So I'm going to put some of this tape down the center. Let me move this out of the way. This is what I had left over. These are our inserts. I'll get that mixed up. And our extra bits out the way. So let's put some tape down the center. And I'm going to add a little bit of glue for long-term durability. Just a little bit. Oh goodness, I already done put too much. All right. Down there. I'm gonna do the same to the other one as well. Center it as best I can. That is so not centered. Oh my gosh. Trying to do this and film, if you are a creator, you know it is so not even. So not centered whatsoever. But here's to the good life. Yeah. Of that tidbit. And same on both sides. Now, where is my friend? I don't see what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to use this for the purpose of spreading everything out. I don't know what happened to my little handy dandy grocery card. But boy, did that take out a lot of glue. Okay, now it's time to put these bad boys together. Time to add our signatures. First, I want to add the panels. So I still want to add these panels to at least the front. So I want to add let's even this up. That ain't happening. What you just want? Let's take it off there. Clean him up. Well, how that happened? Maybe it's not too bad of an overhang. I don't know. So we have you. We have you. Let's clean up a little bit. Now, usually I would ink everything, but I'm not gonna do that this time. I want a more modern look and clean, streamline. So I'm not gonna ink any of these. Well, I don't know. I gotta ink it. Well, I'm going to, I gotta ink it. It's so hard not to. Okay, I gotta ink it a little bit. It just makes it pop. Look at that, so much difference. See the difference? That tad bit of inking just lifted off the page. Oh, I'm sorry, camera. But it just broke it up between the background and the foreground. So not too much, but just enough to separate the two. We can handle that. All right. I will do all the other decorations thereafter. Let's get ready to put the signatures inside of our journal. We have our thread ready to go. Well, let's prepare the cover. The cover is ready to go. Join me for part 2. I'll be adding the signatures, finishing the cover, adding labels, and a bit more.